What's up guys, Erroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video I'm going to be showcasing my Faction War Undead Horde Faction Crypt, and I'm going to be trying to beat stage 21. I do have currently 1 star on stage 21, but I'm hoping today that I can beat it with the following champions that I have. Of course, I'm a little bit legendary heavy here, which is nice. However, this is the boss, I believe it's the red boss, where he does hit very hard, so he typically one-shots majority of your team. The good thing is Elegaeus here does have a passive ability which allows him to stay alive at 1% health, and if he stays alive it does increase his health by a little bit, and then also places a shield on himself. Now if this team does not work, what I'll probably do is then switch out Elegaeus gear to probably over to Relentless, and then I'll probably take out Mashald, because Mashald ends up hitting very hard every time he hits the boss. The boss, as he loses HP, gains more turn meter for each percentage of HP lost. So maybe I will take it from a slower perspective instead of trying to nuke him down as quickly as possible. If for some reason my Elegaeus doesn't survive, I can also rank up my Elegaeus if I need to, but I'm hoping to rank up a different champion for a different faction, and hopefully I can just get through it on this first attempt. We'll see though. It's not an easy faction to beat, Undead Hordes, but you do have to have specific champions, I will say that. What I'll probably do is speed through this, because the main part of this is trying to CC the Martyrs and then the Valkyrie Raves in Wave 2. So I'll speed right through this so that way you guys can see it, and I'll come back to you when I get to the boss. Alright, so it looks like I need to change some things up. Don't mind me just eating some grapes. But yeah, looks like I need to change up some gear. I need to put Elegaeus in a Relentless set so he can get back to his passive ability, so he doesn't get one-shotted. And then I think I could probably win that without having to upgrade him to rank 6. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come right back to you. I am back, and I just realized before I try out Elegaeus in a Relentless set, I figured I would try out my Zealotaw. He does have a shield here on all allies equal to 20% of his max HP for 3 turns, which is pretty cool. So hopefully this shield can help out significantly. I'm not sure if Zealotaw is going to be the one for me to do it, but I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes. I just know the run will be a little bit longer, and it is going to be 100% manual. So let's see. Now I'm just going to go through and get to the boss because obviously fighting these Martyr and Valk waves are pretty straightforward. All you're doing is trying to, stop Martyr from using her provoke ability with counterattacks on all allies, and then stop Valkyrie from doing her counterattack on all allies, because then you're in a little bit of trouble if they end up getting those abilities off. Alright, so it seems I do have to upgrade some champions here and see if I can do a little bit better this next time around. And I think I'm probably going to upgrade my either Zealotah or Elegaeus and just go from there. Because I think if I make Zealotah a little bit faster, he might be a little bit better. But then again, if I do Elegaeus and add Relentless, he can hopefully just keep taking turns, and he can strip buffs from the Valkyries, and he can also survive longer with his passive against the boss at the end. So I think that's probably going to be the best route. And then make Zealotah, if I upgrade him, I'll just make him faster, so he can keep placing those shield buffs, which will help support the team as well. Alright, so I ended up putting Elegaeus in a Relentless set instead to see if he can proc some more turns and hopefully take his passive off cooldown for the boss, and then take his cooldowns off of his A2 ability, which will lock out Valkyries and also lock out the Martyrs as well. And I'm going to still use Zealotah just to see if it's doable with him, so it's less legendary heavy. But again, this is a hard boss to beat. You have to have either good gear or you have to have good champions. If you don't have good gear or good champions, you're just not going to beat the boss, unfortunately. So let's see if I can do it with this team here. The annoying part against the Wave 2 for the Valkyries is that every time you do speed or every time you do debuffs on them, they end up reducing your turn meter and increasing their turn meter, which makes it very tough to be able to beat them. And then they end up putting the counterattack on everybody, and then you're pretty much done. You're wiped if they put the counterattacks on, unless you have really good survivability. Okay, so it looks like I need to bring back my Mashald and nuke them down, because Mashald has a good mechanic on his A2 where he does put fears on everybody, a true fear. And I think that true fear is going to be what helps me out in beating the faction. I don't think I'm going to put all my time into upgrading Zealotah because I just don't have the resources. So again, it comes down to good champions or good gear or a mix of both. And unfortunately I don't have a complete mix of both, but the biggest issue for me is my resources. I have good champions, I have decent gear, I don't have the resources to keep removing and replacing gear, and I'm not going to keep grinding just to do that. So I'm back in it. I am going to use Mashald again with his mechanic. he does have the mechanic of placing True Fear on all enemies. Unfortunately, my Elegaeus and my Zealotah did not have high enough accuracy in order to sleep all of the Valkyries, and that caused them to continuously put on the counterattacks with the massive shields, and I just got wrecked at least a couple of times in a row. So I'm just going to put in Mashald just so I can beat this faction, my Elegaeus and my Zealotah, and I really don't feel like upgrading either of them to rank 6 because I want to utilize other champions to upgrade next for other factions. So I'm going to try to see if I can do this. I think I'll be able to do this on the first time since switching over Elegaeus to Relentless, but let's see. If I can pick him up and then kill him, that would be ideal. But I might end up killing him. I might actually win this. Possibly. Don't kill him. Damn it! He killed him. So, Mashald is too strong. If Mashald wasn't hitting so hard, I probably would have won because he would have been... Gorgorab just got off of cooldown. He would have picked everybody up, and then I would have killed him with Mashald. That's unfortunate. That was like this close. Okay. That was just really RNG, honestly. I probably could do it on the next one. Okay, so I went ahead and upgraded my Elegaeus really quickly. So what I did is I changed his gear. I switched him over to Relentless. He has less HP now. So I don't know how that's going to work, if it's going to work or not, but we'll see. A little bit higher resistance, 225. Higher accuracy at 246, so he can land those decreased speeds or turn meter, and then also stripping the buffs from Valks and Martyr. And then he's got the Relentless, of course, so he can keep taking turns to get this cooldown going, because it's a 6 turn, but I wish I had a book so I can get it down to a 5 turn. It would have been a lot better, but we'll see how this goes for this run. I think I win this time, but let's see. I'm just going to skip all the way to the boss, just so you don't have to watch me clear the waves again. Yes! That was clutch. The poisons at the end there were super clutch for that win. I was a little bit scared there that he was going to be able to get a turn and kill my my champions, my Elegaeus, because he didn't have his passive ability on cooldown. But basically what I ended up doing was just kind of nuking him down for the win. Again, it's a tough boss to beat, to be honest with you. A couple of champions you could use. You could use that, I forget what his name is, and I'll show you my gear really quickly as well. But I also wanted to just quickly show you two champions that I would have used if for some reason I couldn't do it with Mashald. I would have ended up using my Zealotah and upgrading him to rank 6, and then also using, Grinner, which Grinner, he has a revive and places a shield once revived, so that would be very helpful as well, and he has a resistant faction crypt. So luckily I did get it, so that's super exciting. So I'm going to take a quick peek at it. So I did end up getting it, 63. Alright, that's super exciting. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the factions completed. I still have quite a few remaining, but I think my next faction that I'm going to try to go for is Knights Revenant. It's one of the hardest factions to beat, but I do have some decent champions that I can use, and I have a week until it opens. I'm also going to work on my Sacred Order. I just don't have like insane champions for Sacred Order, but I have okay champs. So yeah, so we'll super pumped. That's super exciting. You know, obviously you want Evil Eye for a mastery against that faction war boss. So with Mashald, here's my gear. I do have him in a Savage and Perception, so he has the accuracy, 175 speed, about 3,500 attack. I had to make sure his HP was higher than Elegaeus so he wouldn't get targeted. Okay crit rate, okay crit damage, nothing crazy. And then 226 accuracy. Masteries, I didn't completely finish them. I would have went with probably War Master. If I wanted to, you could do Helm Smasher too for the waves to help nuke down the Valks faster. So that's Mashald. My Bad L. This is my current Bad L with the double speed set. And I'm just looking for speed, accuracy, some crit rate to do a little bit of damage because he heals based off his damage. A speed boot for perception, which is pretty decent with crit damage. A little bit of HP and resistance. I'm trying to get his resistance as high as possible because I do want to put him into Doom Tower soon. Speed and accuracy is kind of what you're looking for on perception sets. He is fully mastered. I went down with War Master, and then I put a Eagle Eye and Sniper as well. Extra chance to put some debuffs out there. Let's see, but I don't think he actually needs that. I might have to switch it up at some point. It says extend buffs, Evil Eye, chance to place debuffs by 5% on artifacts or skills. I don't think he needs that because he removes all debuffs from all allies and just places poisons, so he doesn't need Sniper. He doesn't need that. I'd rather do something different on him next time. I may end up changing his masteries over to defense masteries going forward, especially for Doom Tower. Then you've got, let's see, Gorgorab. He's in okay gear. I have him in speed sets. This is probably the best piece on him. HP with 4 rolls on HP percentage, 33%, which is a really good rolls. So he has 45k HP. I do have him in accuracy chestplate, and then HP on the banner, defense on the amulet. Honestly, probably be best to just throw in another HP amulet on him if you wanted more survivability. And I'm just going to keep building this guy up and making him a little bit faster. Total stats, 215 speed, 2300 defense, 45k on the HP, and 240 accuracy with some decent resistance. Obviously, if you can get more resistance, that's great. Masteries, not fully mastered. If I did want to keep going with his masteries, I'd probably end up going down to Spirit Haste, with increases his speed up to 24% in case his allies die. Alright, and then the next one I have Elegaeus. So Elegaeus, mine is at 35k HP to make sure he's getting targeted by all the waves and the boss as well. 1800 defense, 183 speed, be better if he's faster. 225 resistance, I would love that to be even higher. And then 246 accuracy. I put the resistance that high just so he can try to resist the Valkyries on the turn meter reduction with their passive, and then enough accuracy to land on the waves. You only need about 220, 230 accuracy. Mine's a little bit over, but I'm trying to get his accuracy higher because I want to prepare him for Doom Tower. Next, I did end up going down with the Evil Eye, which would help on the boss at the end, which would help me to win the game. So decreasing the boss's turn meter is super important since the boss does hit really hard. I'll probably end up going with Resurgent all the way down to Unshakable when I build him for Doom Tower. The next champion, I do have Xelata, which I don't think I ended up using. Because I couldn't win with this guy and my gear isn't maxed out. If I maxed out the gear, I could probably win with him, but my Xelata's got as much HP as possible and you want him as fast as possible. You don't really need the accuracy, but it would be nice to have if you want to help CC the waves, the Valkyries especially, because he does have a sleep on his A3 and then he has a sleep on his A1 as well, but if you book it out, it's a lot better of a chance. And then I utilized probably one of the key champions is going to be Seducer. I mean, this guy's an absolute beast. I tried maxing him out. He's almost maxed for his artifacts and his accessories. I do have 40,000 health points so that he's not being targeted first. 3,500 defense so that he could do a little bit of damage to the waves. 214 speed, 94 crit rate, 111 crit damage, 256 accuracy. I'm a little bit overboard on the accuracy, but I did end up getting a defense banner, which is a 5-star legendary. I got lucky with this trip roll on the banner. I was hoping for a quad roll, but ended up getting HP flat stat on that 4th roll. Crit damage on the amulet with accuracy, HP with defense, and HP on the ring. It's a 5-star ring. Speed, flat stat, HP, and defense on the boots. And I put him in accuracy set and a stun set. So stun set, I'm kind of looking for speed, accuracy, HP, and defense. And I did put crit rate on him for the gauntlets. Pretty decent gauntlets here. With the double roll on speed. I was hoping it would get some crit damage or HP, but unfortunately I got 2 flat stat defense and there's no crit damage on there. Defense on the chest plate, so not bad there. And then his masteries, I do not have him fully mastered. I just got him a little bit more damage, a little bit more accuracy, but the accuracy I really didn't even need. So there you have it, guys. There you go. I did end up beating Undead Hordes Faction War Stage 21. Let me know down below in the comments if you did end up beating Undead Hordes and what champions you guys utilized. If you're interested in seeing me try to complete the Undead Hordes again at another time, I can try to beat it with other champions, especially with Xelata. So especially with Xelata, I could show you with him how to beat it. I would have to get him to rank 6. I could keep him at rank 5, but I need better accuracy, and I need to level up his gear and max it out, and then maybe give him some more masteries. It's just, the thing is, the run would be longer, because he doesn't hit much damage. He's just there for survivability, and you kind of get stuck on the second wave. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this video. Of course, leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.